Okay, we're back. I finished beading the rope part of it with 6mm garnet round beads, and this was the length I ended up getting. It is about, let me see, it's about 6.5 inches. I need to go at least another inch for it to fit my wrist. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch over and I'm gonna kind of graduate it down, and I'm gonna add a different color to do the ends of the bracelet. So on both ends of the bracelet, I'm gonna do these gold, it's a matte gold 4mm fire polish, and I'm gonna use 11O garnet colored seed beads, and I'm still using the same crossover bead, which was the gold. It's a gold color, and these I believe are Tohos, 11O Tohos. So we're gonna keep moving along here, and I've already started it. As you can see, I got the first 3 gold beads on there, so I'm gonna keep going here. And since I'm using a smaller bead, I'm not gonna have to use as many seed beads when I do this round. Instead of 4, I did a round and I tried 4 and it was way too big. So then I took it apart. I did it again with 3 seed beads, a gold bead, and then 3 seed beads, and then that was still a little too big. So now I'm gonna try 2. We're gonna do 2 and a gold, and then 2 more, and I'm gonna go through that next gold bead. Let's see what we get. Because I want it to be tight, and this looks like it might do it. Okay, let's try that again. We'll do a round and see what it's like, and if I don't like it, I may have to go back to 3. Okay. I'm still fussing with that corner. I haven't figured out that part, how to get around that, other than building myself a round table. Okay, because I do want this, sorry about that, I'm off camera there. I do want this to be a tight, so that's why I'm trying the 2 seed beads in between. Gold, and then 2 more. Okay, we're gonna go up into that top bead. Okay, get up there. This might be the magic number. Okay, now we're gonna pick up our gold bead. I think that's gonna do it. Oh, that's... Okay, there's another one. And there's another one. Okay, I'm gonna pull that nice and tight. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it. There's our, looks kind of funky now, but I think once I get a couple of rounds on here, it might look better. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the 2, 1, 2. Go through our next gold bead. Come on, stop doing that. Okay. And 2, 1, 2. on here. Get a close-up of my hand. There we go. Adjust my light here. Okay, we need one more set. 2, 1, 2. Do that gold one. Looking good. Oop, those 2, those 3. Okay, ready to add more gold. Oop. I think by graduating this down, it's going to be easier for me to add a clasp. Which I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for the clasp yet. Okay. There we go. Hold it nice and tight. Yeah, I think that, oops, sorry about that. That's gonna look nice. So what did I say? I need to add another inch with 6, right? No, my bad. So we're at 5.5. I said 6.5, didn't I? I meant 5.5. 5.5 on that side. 2 inches. Okay, so I need to do that'll be 3. 2, 3. That'll be 4. I'm going to do 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have to do 8 rounds of these, of the gold beads on each side. Let's do that. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna keep moving along here, and I get a sip of my coffee, which is now cold. I don't know if you can see that. Got my coffee cup, my coffee, which is more of a latte once I'm done with it. Two, 3, yeah. Okay, go through the next one. Oh, I'm so glad that that worked out with the 2. 1, 2. Add another 1, 3, 4. Go through the next one. Get off that corner. This is really annoying to me. Okay, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Roll this guy over. I would have to say now that I've gotten this far that definitely the hardest part was the beginning, when it was hard to, kind of awkward to hold it. One, two, and three. Oop, gosh darn corner. Okay, here we go. Pull him nice and tight. So yeah, we're at 6. Took me 4 around. Yeah, I think the 8 rounds with the gold bead is gonna be what it takes. Okay. So we've got 4 more rounds. 1, 2, 2, 3. Almost snagged it. And so I apologize, guys, if I go out of frame. It's hard for me to pay attention all the time where the camera is and where I'm in frame. I apologize. I'll get better, I hope. Just gotta keep practicing, right? It's all about practice. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, where are we here? Go through the gold bead. And the next one. And the last one. I'm liking this. Okay, we start over with these guys. So essentially, I could count these out. 1, 2. I guess I could count out the 4 millimeters. Okay. Rotate this guy, and he's a little on the heavy side because of the size of beads that I use, so I'm glad this is just a bracelet. There's I mean, even if I were to do a shorter piece for earrings, it would be kind of heavy on your ear because those are kind of heavy beads. I don't want saggy lobes. Bad enough other parts of me are starting to sag. You know what I mean, girls. Okay. Pull him nice and tight. That's cute. So there we are. Ready for our next round of gold beads. Pull him in. Pull him in. Okay. Pull tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go through the next one. Oh, and I just realized it is time for me to submit my entry to the San Diego County Fair, formerly known as the Del Mar Fair. And last year I submitted a piece, and it was the first time I'd ever entered anything. And I got second place in my division with a necklace that I did. I'm going to do it again this year and do another piece that I did, which this other piece that I'm going to enter this year, I had entered in the seed bead contest for Fire Mountain Bead and Gems, but I didn't make it past the first round, so, but that's okay. I saw some of the pieces when they released the pieces that, you know, did make it to the finals, and the one that won, and I was just amazed at some of the talent that there is out there, and I can only hope I can be as good as any of them someday. Measure it here. Yeah, we do about one more round, and then I can tie this off and then do the other side, and we'll have completed our bracelet. But that's what we have so far. Wind is blowing here in the valley today. Okay, I think one more of these. And then I'm gonna go off camera for a few. And I'm gonna count my beads for the other side. Oh, sorry, I went off again. My bad. 2 gold, 1, 2. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Pull you nice and tight. And our last little 3 fire polish for this side. 2, 3, and 4. Or 3. I don't know where I get 4 from. And I'm gonna go around again just to secure it before we tie off. And I like to do the bracelet, or necklace, or whatever I'm working on. I like to do the whole thing. I'll tie it off, and then I'll start another string and add it to do the clasp, so that if it ever breaks, I don't have to redo the whole bracelet. If the clasp breaks, I can just redo the clasp without having to redo the bracelet. So you go through here. Okay, you are nice and secured. So I'll tie him off, and we'll string him on. Oops, excuse me, tired. Yep, perfect. So put you there. Beautiful. And then we'll do the clasp, which, yeah, because when the bracelet itself, I want to be 7.5 inches. And then I'll add a 1/2 inch for the clasp total, 1/2 inch total. So, okay. So there's what we have so far. I'm going to go off camera here and tie this off. And then I'll come back when we do, and I'll bead the other side, and then I'll come back when we do the clasp. And so I will see you guys. I'll be back. Bye. Hi guys. Okay, so I've been working on my bracelet here, and I ended up tearing it apart on the ends, and I had the 11/0 seed beads on, with the gold 4mm, and I liked it, but I thought it looked a little bit too compact. So I guess, for lack of a better word. So I did the other side, and I took 15/0 seed beads with the gold 4mm fire polish, and I think it looks much better. There you go. So it doesn't look as crowded and compact. So I went with that. So then I tore apart the other end where I had done the 11/0s, and that's what I'm working on now, and that's what I have so far. So I'm going to keep going here. And and also I wanted to, just on a side note, I wanted to show you what else I've been working on. And I've been posting pictures on my fan page on Facebook, which is Sandra's Beaded Path. And so I've been working on this, and I've been wanting to do it for a while. But, I needed to find the materials and the beads that I wanted to use. And I'm just starting it, but so far, this is what I have. And it's going to spell out my name, my last name, my married last name. And I don't know if I can get this all in frame, but I have the 2 letters done. These 2 have been glued down, and I just have the other 3 to do. Let's see if I remember how I had that laid out. See, he went there, and then he went there, and where's my E? He went there. So let's see if I can get that in frame. Oop. Sorry guys. But there we go. That's about as good as I can get it in frame. But that's what it's gonna look like, and I'm gonna embroider all around it. And I just started it, so I'm not quite sure how long this is gonna take. This is gonna be a while. But I'm posting my pictures as I go on my fan page, and so if you want to, you can find me on there, and you can, if you want to follow along with my progression, like me and like my fan page, and we'll see where we end up. So, but anyways, back to our project at hand here, and let me zoom in a little. See if I can't get you some better light. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm still working on the netting part of it, so I'm just going to keep going here, and I'm coming out of the gold bead there, And I think this is going to be really pretty when it's all done. I saw another lady that I follow on YouTube and Facebook, and she did a netted bracelet just like this. And the way that she did her closure kind of gave me some ideas, because it gave me a really good idea, because I had been really struggling trying to figure out how I was going to attach a clasp to this bracelet, because of how, the way the stitch is. So I'm going to show you what she did, and I'm going to try and do the same, but I'll put a link to her video so that you can see what she did, and if you like her, you can follow her as well. She's really talented, really does some beautiful jewelry pieces, and she was actually the person that I first started watching when I was learning how to do beading and bead weaving. So she's a really talented lady. So I will post up a link to the video that she does on this netted bracelet, her version of it, and I'll also put a link so that you can find. She's on Facebook too. I can put a link up for her to where you can find her too on Facebook, and she posts pictures of all the projects she's doing and have done. So anyways, let's get back to my bracelet here that I'm working on. And let's see, I'm coming out of the gold bead, and I'm ready to add my seed beads again. So I'm going to pick up 3, and then a gold, and then 3 more, and I haven't been able to do a lot of beading lately because I've been doing a lot of other projects. I just started learning a new one, and I've been learning how to do tatting, and have found that I really like it, and it doesn't make my arthritis, and I've got several issues, but won't really go into details. I have arthritis in my hands, degenerative, and I have a little bit of fibromyalgia and neuropathy that I get more. It's more so in my feet, but I do from time to time. It does kind of flare up in my hands. So I can't do as many of the crafts as I used to, but I still try to do a little bit just to keep mobility. But anyways, you guys don't want to hear about my ailments. So I've been learning how to do tatting, and I really like it. And like I said, it doesn't make any of my ailments flare up, and I really like it, and I've had a lot of fun learning how to do it. And I was actually just tasked with a project by my mother-in-law, and she has a big, beautiful dining table, and that's where we go for all our family meals, for the holidays and stuff. So she's tasked me with a project of tatting her a doily to put on the family dining table. And I'm really flattered and really honored to be able to do this for her. But at the same time, I'm a little terrified because I you know, it's going to be out where everybody can see it, and you know, I I have a lot of um, anxiety about it, and you know, it not being liked, and you know, I know it's a silly thought to have, but you know, she wouldn't have asked me to do this if she didn't think I could do a really good job. So um, it's just one of the things that I struggle with, as well as this bead that doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm adding my 4 millimeters right now. We've only got one more row of those. So the other thing I did different on this one is this bead's giving me trouble too. Come on. Seriously? Cooperate. Okay. There we go. Okay. The other thing I've been doing just to help kind of stabilize it a little is I'll go, you know, after I add the last bead in the round, I'll go through the next 2 beads to kind of just reinforce that and tighten it up a little before I start with, you know, the next round of seed beads. So we're adding our last little row here of our 3 seed beads with the gold in between. And 3 more gold and 3 more. So yeah, I've been really busy lately doing that, and we had a leak in our kitchen and I've been having a really hard time getting that the repairs lined up to have it done. So I mean, we were without a kitchen sink for about a week and a half, and so we were having to schlep all our dishes out to the garage where I have a utility sink, laundry sink, and doing our dishes out there, and then schlepping them all back into the house, you know, to dry and put them away. So, because you know, the house that we have, that we're renting, does not have a dishwasher, and does not have room to be plumbed for a dishwasher. So, I mean, the owner said that we could have one, but it'd have to be one of those portable ones. So I'm like, well, really don't want to fork that money out. So we do dishes the old way, old school, by hand. And let's see here. Okay, so we're at the end of that one. Okay, so we're going to add on our last 3 gold beads. Possibly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, get in there. And the next one. And the last one. And this one, okay. Let me at least go through those 2. Let's see. If I remember how she did this, I think she did 3, 4, 5, a gold bead. And I need more. more than I need, but that's okay. Alright. And we're going to do, if I remember right, that we did this last round. 3, 4, 5. And just adding a few more beads, because what she did, what I'm going to attempt to do on my bracelet, is she did another round like you normally do with the seed beads in this, but she just added a few more beads to make it a little taller. And then what she did was she took a round bead, either a pearl, or she said, you could even use a bicone if you wanted, or whatever. She would take that and attach it to a head pin, and then create a little a loop on the other end of the head pin, and she would have the pearl stuck down inside, and then she would tighten up this last row around it so that the bead couldn't get out, and then she could attach a jump ring and then a clasp, and that would be the end. And I liked how she did that, so I'm gonna try and do that as well. And it might take me a couple tries because I don't do a lot of wire work. I tried it, I liked it, but my hands didn't like it. Yeah, because I would make my hands just ache really bad working with the wire. And I also would get flare-ups from my psoriasis on my hands from handling the wire. So I do a little bit, but not. I think I do beading more. 5. Okay, make sure I counted it right. Okay, so there. On that one. Come on. Trying to. There we go. So yeah, so see, she'd create this thing, and then she'll stick her bead down inside with the head pin attached to it. She'll stick the bead inside so that the hook part is sticking out, and then she'll tighten this all up, and that would be her closure. So I'm going to pause here for a second, and I'm going to find a bead that I can use, because I don't think yeah, I might use a pearl. I think I have one. I think I have 2 that I can use in this project. And I'll be right back, and we'll see if I can't do this, okay? Be right back.